Reading every other line. I can distinctly recall a time when a childhood friend asked me about the books I had read over the summer. We had just returned from summer break, and our entire grade level was being introduced to the school's library. This was the first day I started to realize that I was one of the few people in the second grade who could not read. As I moved forward through each subsequent grade level, I fell even further behind my peers. We were supposed to be reading fiction novels appropriate for the grade level, but I found that I could not make sense of any of the words on the pages. Eventually, at a parent-teacher conference, my family asked if it was at all possible that I could have a learning difference. My family was informed that was not a possibility. My issue was that I did not know how to apply myself academically. The photo I included is an example of what my typical completed grade school homework assignments looked like. Somehow, I finished grade school with passing marks, despite not being able to read. My grade point average in middle school was extremely low. Even still, I was not held back. By the time I was a senior in high school, I had managed to teach myself how to pretend that I could read in the same manner as everyone else. Kind of. I struggled through each of my college courses, wondering how I could possibly have days where I felt like I could read more strongly than other days. And then, eventually, a professor suggested that I visit the Disability Resource Center. This is how I discovered that I have dyslexia and ADHD. After I received my diagnosis, I began to understand my incomplete, haphazard method for reading. There are certain letters that I consistently misread, and I also have the tendency to skip entire words, which can cause sentences that I read to lose their intended meaning. As I gained understanding of what was occurring, the reason why I was often unable to completely comprehend what I tried to read, I successfully found ways to manage having dyslexia and ADHD in an academic environment. Nevertheless, something that remains unchanged is how others respond to my learning differences. The majority of people around me have been supportive when I have disclosed my disability to them. However, there are also those who will try to explain the ramifications of my own disabilities to me. Dyslexia is often misunderstood by those who are unfamiliar with it. Listening to the experiences of others who have disabilities is the best way to learn rather than making assumptions. With my own story of living with my invisible disability, I hope to raise awareness by sharing my experiences with others. And I'm done.